Hello, bookish friends. Welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures, and it is my November TBR, my last TBR for the year. And I'm going to say, I work in retail. It's going to be hard to finish these books. I don't even know if I'm going to get the majority of them done. I'm going to try so hard. It's also why I'm not going to have a TBR in December. We have Bookmas happening, which those videos should already be filmed, at least finished by November. I work Black Friday in retail. I'll be working overnight for a week, maybe two, depending. I know the whole month of December is going to be busy. I barely have any time to read. If I read anything, I'll do like an individual wrap up in January for December. I think my December wrap up will happen in January, and the rest of my Bookmas videos will be wrap ups from other months from the previous 2025. That's how I've done it for this year. I'm very curious to see how many of these books I can finish. So I do have some fantasies. I do know this month I'll be lucky to finish two physical books. That's all I'm gonna say because retail, I'm gonna be busy. But I want to talk about some cozy fantasies, some cozy romances. I don't even know what digital books I want to read for this month. I do know what books I want to read for December, but I'm not filming a TBR for that. So, Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Lee. I did not know about this book, and I went to a Barnes & Noble trip with my twin sister, and we picked it up, and I've been thinking about it. But I also think it's a very fall coffee shop, and let me read you what it's about. When Brenda's internet goes out, right before an important scholarship deadline, she stumbles into Kat's family coffee shop. Brenda is swept away by the cool and confident Kat, who actually cares about Brenda's 19-step plan to save the world through science. Meanwhile, Kat can't stop thinking about Brenda, who's smart, passionate, and doesn't care that Kat is a prophesized chosen one. The only problem, Kat and Brenda are from different universes. Universe. My dyslexia. Like, need to find a portal to go on a second date, different universe, as the realities collide and things spiral out of control. Can a girl determined to save the world find love with a girl determined to outrun her destiny? Now, I know the author has another book, and if it has sprayed edges, I'm very tempted to actually buy it. Oh, I forgot to add one of the books on the TBR. I'm gonna slide it from right there. We have The View from the Top, and this has been on a couple TBRs, but ultimately, it had to be for fall. And I feel like November, perfect month, and September was all about Aurelian. October was about paranormal, paranormal fantasies, romances. All of these have romance, by the way. I'm a romance reader, but contemporary, perfect for fall. So, The View from the Top by Rachel Lacey. When a driven businesswoman from the Boston collides with a free spirited artist on a Vermont mountainside, they share a more memorable and steamy night. But life soon pits them against each other. The fate of a family business. Emily Jensen prefers to play it safe. At 35, she's still working at the inn her grandmother owns, while dreaming of a day when she's able to support herself fully with her art. And while her family all hike to the summit of mountains in their hometown of Crescent Falls, Vermont, something has always held Emily back. Diana Devlin has already made it to the top. Well, almost. She has this close securing the promotion that will put her in line to take over as the CEO of her family's hotel chain. When her father retires, everything is going to plan till an unexpected run in with an alluring artist on a mountainside throws Diana off course, resulting in one of the hottest nights either she or Emily have ever experienced. Emily walks away from their rendezvous feeling inspired to channel some of Diana's confidence and finally chase her dreams. For Diana, it's a reminder that with the right woman, she's capable of wanting more than one night. But their passion threatens to burn them both down when they learn the hotel Diana's in town to buy is none other than Emily's grandmother's beloved inn. It's Emily's home, and no big outsider, not even Diana, is going to take it away from her. Will the view from the top be worth the climb, or will they both further to fall? I think it'll be good. I think it'll be like the perfect contemporary romance. They'll go see some fall leaves. We'll see. All right. I'm going to read the other one. Forgot to get which is perfect for fall. I want to get the other ones in the series. I've held off on this because I've had this on my shelf. I've owned this for since this came out. Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe. I'm not saying the last name. I butchered the last names. Opposites become allies to their fool matchmaking friends, to their swoony reimagining of Shakespeare. Beloved comedy Much Ado About Nothing. Jamie Westenberg and B. Wilmot have nothing in common except a meat disaster and the mutual understanding that they couldn't be more wrong for each other. But the people closest to them play Cupid and trick them going on to a date. Jamie and B realize they have something else in common after all, an undeniable need for revenge. Soon their plans in this place, fake dating obnoxiously and convince the meddlers they're madly in love, then break up spectacularly and dash everyone's hopes, putting an end to the matchmaking madness once and for all. To convince everyone they've fallen for each other, Jamie and B will have to nail the performance of their lives, but as their final act nears and playing lovers become easier than not, they begin to wonder if Cupid's arrow wasn't so off the mark. And what if two wrongs to make it right? It's just like another fall cover, and I've had it since it's come out. I can't even tell you when it came out, or at least when I purchased it. So it came out in 2022, and I purchased it, I think, a year, maybe two. And I'm sorry, my glasses slide. These are not the right glasses. I think it's been 2 years. Yeah, maybe two since I bought it. But I've had it for a while, and I'd like to read it. I don't think I'm going to get it back in its little spot. So that's a good one. I want some mythology, and this has been on previous TBRs of the past, but I don't know. It sounds really good. Exquisite Ruin by Adrian May. In this deadly maze, the most dangerous thing may be the passion between them. Sadria wakes up in the labyrinth, remembering nothing except she's a powerful sorceress. Her only companion is a hostile immortal named Dazar. Beautiful, dangerous, and demonic, I probably butchered his name, who beyond his divine soul for power and revenge. Despite their animosity, the two have no choice but to work together to reach the center, defeat the monster who prevents their escape. But the longer they wander, the more deadly and alive the maze becomes, and the more Sandre finds herself drawn to Desara in ways she can't explain. As a sorceress and a demon develop a tenuous truce, the labyrinths give Sandre glimpses of their shared history, passion, and pain that makes her question everything she knows. Unlocking the secrets of the past may be the only way to survive and heal their entwined fates, but as she learns more about the betrayals that brought them to the labyrinth, Sandre begins to fear that the monster at the center Could be Dasa or even herself. I may or may not have just accidentally knocked out the mic. So I didn't knock out my microphone, but I still, because there is a button right there, and I'm afraid it cut audio. But it so far seems to do good. So one of the next books on my TBR needs to be read in fall, and I think it's because it's like a cozy coffee shop. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I have not purchased the third book. I have stopped at book two. I would really like to get them read. And the second one is a prequel, so the third book I'm consuming could be another prequel or a continuation to the story. After a lifetime of bounties and bloodshed, Viv is hanging up her sword for the last time. The battle weary orc aims to start fresh, opening the first ever coffee shop in the city of Thum. But rivals old and new stand in the way of success, not to mention the fact no one has the faintest idea what coffee actually is. If Viv wants to put her blade behind her and make plans a reality, she won't be able to go alone. The true rewards of an uncharted path are travelers you meet along the way, and whether they're drawn together by ancient magic, a flaky pastry, or freshly brewed cup, they may become partners, family, and something deeper than she's ever dreamed of. It does have the prequel, like a short prequel, that you have to go all the way to the back for. I do think I'm going to read the prequel before I read the book. I'd like to read them both. It's from Legends to Lattes to bookmark bookshops and bone dust. Now I went more academic fantasy in this. I think there is a romance, but I want to read A Study is Drowning by Ava Reed, and I want to read the sequel. Another reason why I want to read this in November, a novella comes out in December. As long as they don't push it, it could be pushed. I'm afraid it will be pushed. I want to read the novella as well. Look at the sprayed edges. It began as almost nothing, as all things did. A girl on the terrified and desirous. Oh, a girl on the shore, terrified and delirious, or desirous. I think it's desirous. Effie Sari has believed in fairy tales. Even crumbling under the pressure of her first term at college, she can't always tell the difference between fact and fiction. Her only solace has been I'm gonna butcher this, on guard, an epic lyrium national hero, and an author, Emmy Medrin, taken by chance and maybe a fate to the late author's estate. She's intended on finding the purpose to her own story, but instead she stumbles upon Preston Hilary. Probably butchered that too. A scholar from the Literature College. Preston has come to Harith Manor, determined to prove Effie's favorite author is a fraud. Her only hope of proving him wrong is to conspire with him. But Harith, perched on the edge of the wrathful ocean, holds dark secrets, the likes of which both Effie and Preston thought only existed in the pages of the Meridian stories. The house and the truth might just ruin them both, as the sea threatens to swallow them and all the stories whole. Part historic fantasy, part rivals to lovers' romance, part gothic mystery, this feminist retelling has captivated readers with its haunting and dreamlike atmosphere. That's why I want to read both of them in the month of November. We have the last one, and I need to see if there's a sequel to this because I need to pre order it. The sprayed edges are no joke. A Forbidden Alchemy, Stacy McGowan. All Nina has wanted to become an artisan. All Patrick seeks is craftsmanship revolution. Will they choose their greatest desire or each other? Nina Harrow, Patrick Coulson are 12 years old when they are whisked from their disfranchised mining towns to the dazzling Valeria city to test for magical abilities. Nina's lifelong dream is to become an artisan, a powerful elemental mage who fulfills the city's grand ambitions, while Patrick just wants to only reunite with his family of craftsmen in the mines. Together they discover a devastating secret. Artisans aren't born, but chosen. With this information, they part ways. Patrick returns home while Nina finds her place as one of the rarest, most coveted types of an artisan. While a craftsman revolution ignites years later, Nina's captivated by Patrick's rebel group, and he hasn't forgotten her. In fact, he needs her help for a mission that could shift the tides against Valeria's city. She reluctantly agrees to aid him battling between sparks between them, but when Nina's first love reappears, asking her to betray Patrick for the artisans, she's faced an impossible choice that will determine the fate of the world. There's a couple other physical books I'd like to read in November, but for now, that stack of books, that 8, is my main TBR plus some digital books that I could probably get away with reading. I know October, I'm hoping, because I've pre-ordered, or not pre-ordered, pre-filmed October's TBR, and I'm pre-filming November's TBR because I'm trying to get myself ahead with videos. Plus, like I said, November's a busy time, and October we're kind of busy. So, I'm hoping I keep my promise and I have at least done some weekly vlogs in October. I think November is out for the weekly vlogs. I could do probably small vlogs. We will see. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm all about the cozy fantasies, romance for November, academia. I'd love to hear more. I might even pick up a couple thrillers. You never know. See you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.